All right, so the next thing that we're going to focus on, choose one of your lines. I do not care which one. And we are going to make a parallel line to one of your existing ones. As a reminder, parallel lines have same slope. Parallel, same slope. So I don't care which one you choose. I'm going to look at my graph for a second just so I can pick which one I'd like. Okay, so I'm going to go with my first one. And I'm going to create a line that has the same slope. And then I'll find my starting point from one of those other dots that I made previously. Okay, so find your slope that you want to use. Mine was 4/7. So I'm going to go back to my graph. Let's figure out which one I want to use. I'm going to use my bottom one. And to create my point that is the same slope, I want to go up 4 and right 7. I'm going to put a dot. So from one of your points that you made, you are going to use the slope that you want to be parallel and count that slope from one of those dots. Because when you do that and you connect them, it will make a parallel line or a set of parallel lines.
Oh, it's parallel with that one.
It's parallel with one of my other ones. Yes. So if you saw, again, please be quiet. I'll explain one more time. I chose to make one parallel with my first line. So I used the same slope as my first line. My slope was 4/7, so I chose one of my other starting points, and I went up 4/7, so I knew these had the same slope.
Make that line 4.
Yep. I don't care which one you make it parallel with. Doesn't matter, but that's going to be our line 4. Okay, what you'll notice is that my 2 have the exact same slope. Once you are done with that one, I want you to pick another line. I don't care which one. Oop, I forgot to write the rest of my equation. Sorry about that. I need to find my starting point for this one. Okay, so then my starting point was negative 13. So I got to put that in. So now I had my starting point, I used my same slope, and I was able to write my equation of my line. Okay, for them to be parallel, they have to have the same slope but a different starting point.
Wait, Jen, I'm
I'll be over in a second. Let me just finish explaining this part. You're also going to pick one of your other lines. I don't care which one. And we are going to make a perpendicular line. So let's say I chose, I don't know. Let's say I chose this one. To be perpendicular, that means I am going to flip my fraction. So instead of 1/2, it's 2/1. And instead of being a negative, I'm going to make it a positive. And then I have to find my starting point. Okay? So what you'll notice there is that those are perpendicular slopes. It's the same numbers in a fraction, but they're different signs, and the fraction is flipped. That's called opposite reciprocal slopes. It doesn't matter which one you choose, but you're going to take that fraction, flip it, and change the sign. So I know mine is going to be 2 over 1. So when I go back to my graph, I'm going to use my dot that's left, and I'm going to start there and go with that slope of 2 over 1. And then I'm going to connect it all the way. For this one, I need to find my starting point. In this case, it was -2, so I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to put in that -2. I'm going to pause there and walk around to answer whatever questions you might have.
Jen.
Give me 1 second.